provide aren't just a number. Okay, we are very much invested in them, their careers and their experience. And so we want to work really hard. That's what differentiates us in the market, which is, yes, we're smaller. Yes, we might not have as many students as other institutions, but we want to make sure that every single student, as I say, they're not just a number, they're a human being, and we are vested in making sure that they're successful. So let's continue that, and I look forward to speaking to you guys. Don't be shy. Come and ask any questions. We're here to talk about future products, future programs, in particular the York campus. So I'm here today in particular to speak about York. So if you have any questions, we've got 2-year programs there as well. We've got a really good, attractive undergraduate provision. So if anyone has any questions, please do approach me. I'm going to hand over to Louise now, who's our Director of London Campus. Thank you.
Louise Donaghy, and I'm the Director of York St John University London Campus. I am so happy to be here. It's my first time in India, and so far it's been absolutely wonderful. The hospitality I've received has been fantastic, so thank you for that. And thank you to all of you for coming along tonight. It is so brilliant for me to meet all of you, and I wanted to thank you for all of your support that you've given York St John University. So I've been at the university since January 2020, so just over 2.5 years ago, and at that point we had 140 students and just 7 members of staff. Coming up to September, we'll have 1,800 students and 74 members of staff. So we have grown exponentially over the past 2.5 years. And that in part is very much thanks to people like yourselves who have worked with us and supported us to encourage some fantastic students to study with us during the past few years. And also thanks as well to Mohsin, of course, for all of his hard work for developing those relationships. So one of the things that I would really love to get out of this evening is understanding what your students are really looking for. So we work very hard, we build our teams, and we're trying to provide an outstanding student experience. We want to make sure that all of your students that you bring to us have their expectations met, that we develop them in their careers, that they have an outstanding academic experience, and we make them feel like they belong with us as soon as they arrive, so they can flourish in the environment that we provide. So all of the feedback from you will really help us ensure that we do that. As Mohsin said, they are not a number to us. They are individuals, they are people. And we want to make sure that everything we do encourages them and supports them in their lives, and also whilst they're with us in London. So we are in new premises now. We started out in central London in a smaller building. We are now part of an ecosystem of other universities and other businesses, and we overlook the Thames, and it's an outstanding, beautiful environment that your students are coming to. I will meet lots of them tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to that, to meet them and also their parents, and we'll have a variety of different videos to show them so they can understand and know where they're coming and where they'll be studying with us for the next 2 years. So I'm really looking forward to talk to all of you, so please do come along and say hello, and thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Louise. Thank you very much.
York University. It's fantastic to see you here. And first up, my apologies for a slightly delayed start. I know some of you have been waiting since about 9:15 this morning. We're just waiting for many of the students to arrive. But I think that this is just about the right time to start the pre-departure briefing. What we want to do is you're expected to arrive very soon. In a week's time, 2 weeks' time, you will be in the UK. And we do hope that you've got your tickets, your accommodation is sorted. But today, during this event, we want to talk through some of the finer points of what we expect from you once you arrive. How's your experience in the UK, in London, and specifically at our London campus going to look like? And then we also want to encourage you to ask us some questions. So we've got Mohsen here, Head of International, Louise here, the Director of London campus, where most of you are going. So this is your opportunity to ask them the questions that you wanted to ask, that you have been asking, or that you've been researching on the internet. We'll be starting off with a brief presentation. Watch through the presentations, make your notes, and then please ask us questions at the end. I've also noticed that some of you have come with your parents, and if they'd like to ask us questions, please encourage them to do so. And if you want to ask us questions in your local language, we've got Satya and his team here from SS Solutions. They'd be very happy to answer them all. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm the director of the London campus. I'm really excited to be here today to meet you all and to welcome you here. So thank you for your time today and to talk to you a little bit more about our London campus. So is it okay if I go down there? Great, sure. I'll have a little walk around because I can't really see many of you that well. I've got some slides for you today, so I'm going to talk through those slides. And then any questions that you might have, please do ask them, because I'm sure you'll have absolutely loads, because you're about to join me and my team in London for the next 1 or 2 years. So that's going to be a huge part of your life. So just a little bit about York St John University. So the university itself, our London campus opened in 2019. I've been with the university for nearly 3 years now, and we have grown hugely over the past 2.5 years. So we have a new campus, which I'll give you a video tour of in a moment, and we have around 1,800 students studying with us now. So we've been a huge success story. We have a fantastic new team, we have a wealth of academics, and they're all really excited to meet you and help you on your journey whilst you're with us. So here is a tour of your new home when you're with us. So we just need to press play. I'll have a go at that. We will also be bringing business leaders into our course to offer you guest lectures, and we really embed into our curriculum a range of different activities with industry. So your academic exam will have online lectures. The online lectures will last for about an hour and a half, and then the following week you will have a hands-on practical session with our academics and our tutorial staff to support embed your learning from the theoretical lectures. So you'll have in-person seminars for each of the modules every week. You will be on campus for about 3 days per week. You'll also have access to our virtual learning environment We also offer personal tutoring, which is essential for our international students in particular, because you will be learning a whole new way of academic writing and experience, and you'll also be getting used to living in the UK, getting used to being in London or York. So it's really important that you access our personal tutoring service, which is delivered to you by academics. You will all be assigned a specific academic to support you throughout your academic journey. You'll also be given in-class assessment help. So as you'll know, for each of the modules you'll be completing presentations, business plans, or academic relevant to computer science, for example, and at the end of the term you'll be doing assessments through essays. So you will want support in that, and you will access all of that support in class and also online as well, and also through your tutoring. So make sure you get involved in everything to support you with your learning. There's small writing here, so you probably can't see it, so I'll go through it. But some of the things that are really important for our international students, because some of you may not have experienced this in your education in your home country, is literature reviews. So you will all be required to do literature reviews as part of your learning experience, where you will understand all the theoretical readings and writings around your subject or your chosen topic for your assessment. So it's really important that you work with our study skills staff to help you with your literature reviews. Also in regards to the assessment, which I've touched on briefly already, you'll also be doing presentations in class to your peers and also to the academic staff as well. And full support will be given to you in helping you develop your presentation skills, which will be fantastic skills to take into your future career. In regards to our tutoring, we coach all of our academics and we teach them to be coaches. It's really important to us that our staff understand and can coach the students and each other. So in your tutoring sessions, you will be coached, which will also be part of your employability and skills development in relation to your career. Now, academic integrity is something that's incredibly important, okay? So when I talk about academic integrity, it's in relation to plagiarism. Plagiarism is where you have taken material from another source and you don't reference it correctly. If you don't reference it correctly, you will then be penalised and your marks will be reduced and you will have to go up in front of an academic panel to justify why you have used other people's material. We've also had some students who will also...
First year is the academic one, and the second year is the placement professional level job. So it is second year you will mold us how to get a job, or like it is we will be working, or I mean, can you give more detail about how the second year would be?
Sure, that's a really good question. Thank you for asking the
close relationship at the moment with Yorkshire County Cricket Club, for example, where students will have the opportunity to train with professionals, of course playing showcase matches. And as you will know, PSW, or post-study work, is a good option here because you will train alongside your studies. So for example, you're a master's student, so 1 year you train and you study, and then second and third year you could have the PSW visa and you can play professionally potentially with the clubs. So it's a really good opportunity, a unique product, and of course we want say the UK is the home of cricket, but let's be honest, India is the home of cricket. So please do, this information will be on our website very shortly, but if it piques an interest, if you guys are interested, please do start mentioning it to colleagues and that, and we'll have more information and more flyers and documents that will lead with our partners here in SS Solutions and Aldridge, so that they can pass on to you. But this is coming very soon, but I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to debut the video today. Now, what I'm going to be speaking through is something really, really important, and it's about what happens when you land in the UK. Because there's a lot of students that unfortunately come not as prepared as they should be, and they can fall into a bit of trouble. And that has happened on a number of occasions, not with students just from our university, but across the board. You might have heard stories of border force, refusing entry for students in the country for various reasons. So I'm here with some hints and some tips, so please do take some notes if you need to. So I'm going to give you hints and tips on what you should be bringing with you, what you shouldn't bring with you, and what you should expect when you land in the UK. So let's get my notes up. First of all, academic documents that you obviously applied for the visa, make sure they are also in your bag, along with the financial documents that you also provided for maintenance purposes. Also, a tip, this happened last year to a student. A student turned up at one of our airports, I think it was Heathrow, and he had a bag search, random bag search, and the immigration officer found nearly 200 CVs in his bag. So they asked him, why have you got 200 CVs in your bag if you're coming to study? And the student said, of course, I want to find a part-time job. He was refused entry. So be very careful. You're coming to the UK, to York St. John University to study. Of course you're going to get part-time job opportunities, but do not bring CVs in your bag, because that could potentially put you in a lot of bother. The next thing I would say as well is, if an immigration officer randomly stops you, the first thing I say, I know it's easy to say, but don't panic, okay? Don't panic. Of course, they come across not very friendly. That's just their job. But don't panic. Remember, you can speak English. And more importantly, do research on your courses again, okay? So if they ask you, hello, what are you doing in the UK? I'm a student of York St. John University, London campus. I'm studying on an MBA Healthcare Management program. Tell me a bit about your program. And remember, you did this in your pre-gas interviews, right? Some students unfortunately forget this. Big problem, credibility problem, university gets involved. We have a student here that cannot tell us what modules they're going to be studying. They can't even tell us the address of your campus. See, Louise has given all these details here on the website of that. Learn where the London campus is, understand where it is on the London Underground map.
You are going to be a York St. John student, and there's certain responsibilities as an international student.
This is Jan. Can I opt when I'm joining that course is not there, right? Like PG with sports. You mentioned that it will be coming next September.
That's right. Yeah. The launch is September. Yeah. UG or PG, but it's in York. Yeah, York campus.
Yeah. Okay. Is there any option we can convert from PG to with sports?
I'll double check. So you mean start with the PG in January and then switch over to...
My question is, now we are moving from India, like this being our home country, we are going to a new place. I mean, there can be some emotional breakdowns or something related to our mental health.
Yes.
And also, past years due to COVID and all, there was lockdown and all. Here we have our family, like there it will be all us. So how is the university going to, like, is there a group or a people, somebody whom we can reach out to if there is any mental health issues or emotional support is there? Like, how can we find that information? Is it on the website? Like, any information on that would be helpful.
Your people, find your community and have that sense of belonging. So as soon as you arrive, there are lots of different ways in which you can make friends, and you will be amazed at how quickly you will make those friends. So when you have the day trips on the Thames, when you go out with our staff around London to familiarise yourself with the area, you will then meet other students and have that opportunity to connect. So before you know it, you'll be part of WhatsApp groups and you'll be arranging to meet up, etc. But we also have more formalised groups, so there'll be study groups, there'll be support groups, They'll also have different types of community groups, and we'll be connected into the York campus as well. We also have the Student Union, and the Student Union do a variety of different activities to help you develop friendships that can go on and last you for the rest of your life, and also to feel more at home when you're with us. So, and I think you'll be absolutely fine. You're clearly very confident, which is fantastic. That's a great start. So as soon as you arrive, talk to the staff, talk to the students. Everybody's in the same situation that you are. Everybody wants to make friends, so it's a really great time to be able to do that. And when you arrive, and before you do actually, there's a whole wealth of information on our welcome and induction page where you can find ways in which you can meet and connect into these groups. So thank you, that's a really great question.
But it's at undergraduate level currently at the York campus only. But of course we'll be sharing a lot of that moving forward, because the key thing is, of course, a lot of you guys are going to the London campus, so that's brilliant. But what we want you to have is an excellent experience, and we want to encourage you. We've actually got trips planned where we will take you to the York campus so you can see, obviously, the main part of the university as well. We've got a full campus up there. There's thousands of other international students there as well, so we actively encourage you to spend time in York as well. And remember, you'll be graduating at the York Minster Cathedral, one of the most historic sites in the UK. That's where you graduate along with all the other students in York as well. So yes, we've got the courses, and I'll also encourage the guys that once you guys study in London, be our ambassadors, go and tell your friends and family about the fantastic experience at York St John, and go and visit the York campus so you can make referrals to friends and family around the undergrad programs there as well. Thank you.
Part of the computer science faculty are fantastic. They all come with a wealth of experience in industry. So as soon as you arrive, if you actually have some idea of where you would like to take the master's programme, they will support you throughout your academic time with us to be able to focus on that area of specialism. So do you know a particular area that you want to focus on now?
Yeah, on data science.
On data science, oh right, okay. So
Okay, thank you for that question. Do you mind if I take it? Work from home. Yes, the UK is moving towards a hybrid working model. Depending on your skill set, and I'm pretty certain that there will be an opportunity or two, if you keep your eye out, to look for part-time working rights, to look for work from home opportunity. And I think it is becoming more relevant and more common than it once was, certainly before the pandemic. So it really comes down to your skills, what you can offer a business. There are many businesses, companies offering roles that will be predominantly work from home. How you utilise that, how you get an opportunity like that is entirely down to you. But the broad answer to your question is yes, you can do so. There's nothing to stop you from working, let's say, for a business which offers you work from home on a certain day per week, or 2 days per week, and then working on site for the remaining 3 days in a week. But obviously, please remember, students, and this is something I want to stress, that you're there primarily to study. That's the point. That's what your visa says. That's what your reason is to come to the UK in the first place. So just make sure that the focus is on studying, the focus is on getting better grades, the focus is that you graduate with flying colours, and then you start to look for a full-time job. Once you do that, then you will see, looking back, that it was the right thing to do, and you all have 2 years of full-time working rights after you graduate. So yes, by all means, a part-time job gives you a new perspective. It makes you smarter, and it integrates you into the society a little bit better. But the focus is studies. The focus is your attendance. So just make sure that you're on top of your game when it comes to studying in whatever course you've signed up for. Sorry, it was a long-winded way to answer your question, but did that really answer your question? Okay, good, thank you. Anyone else, please? Go ahead.
That would be asked in the invitation. I would like to thank you.
You're welcome.
And my question is, my daughter is traveling to UK, so first of all, one thing is I want to understand about the safety. So which is, I mean, everyone, parents would be very much interested to know about that. And the second question is about the attendance percentage.
And also safety. So our campus is very safe. It's a secure environment with security. Not that we necessarily need the security, but we do have that. So it's in a quite close-knit community. We don't tend to have people passing by walking through it. It's just those that are studying there or have premises there. So in terms of the campus, that's a very safe, close environment. We're also right next to the transport link. So it's the East India station. It's literally 2 minutes to walk onto the station. And then you can then be on a safe train that will take you wherever you want to go. You can also walk around the local community. It's a very diverse community, and that's also safe. But I would recommend, obviously, with a young child, that you would stay on the transport links because there are some busy roads around the local area, but there are obviously bridges and ways in which to cross the road. So that's a consideration for you as well. In terms of attendance, we require our students to attend at least 80% of the classes, and if it falls below that, then you'll have to see an academic team to understand why your attendance is not 80% of the time. And as I've said, that we will record online attendance, so we'll record those that are attending online and also in person. Because we have to do that for the visa regulations anyway. And if anyone's having any issues, what I would always recommend to people is you come and talk to us before it becomes a bigger problem. Because sometimes life happens, sometimes things happen to students. So the best thing to do is to come and talk to us. We're very approachable, and what we want to do is to help everybody to make sure they have a good experience. So if you do have any issues around attendance, just come and talk to us. And feel free to bring your daughter onto campus, not to the lectures or the seminars, but we welcome children onto the campus on a day-to-day basis.
Thank you for that. And
Are the student already paid 50% of the tuition reports?
Yeah, so I'll go through just the whole fee plan just for everyone here anyway. So that's the visa, and you need to do it, I think, in the next 2 weeks now. You get a 5% early payment discount if you choose to clear your balance before enrollment closes. Alternatively, you can go the payment plan, which basically then means that you select it at enrollment, that you're going to go the payment plan, and then it divides the remaining balance by 3 into 3 installments, and the first installment will be in December, the second one will be in February, and then the final one, I believe, will be in May. So you've got 6 months or so to pay off the remaining balance. Of course, a lot of students are taking this option. That's why we're saying the early payment discount's pretty good as well, because ultimately what happens, unfortunately, is, you're young, you see money in your account, you want to hold on to it, but then you realize very quickly you're spending too much money, and then you go into debt, you can't pay the university fees, your visa gets terminated, you're back in India. So I always recommend to try and pay your balances full while your accounts have money in them, and make use of the 5% early payment discount for doing so. But if you want to go down the payment plan route, just remember that you are entering into an agreement with the university to pay on the dates that it sets, and if you do not pay on those dates, then you risk losing your studies and your termination of your visas. So the options are there. You can't
time to come here and granting admission to those deserving students. A brief history of SS Solutions. Our organization was started in the year more than 4,000 plus students into various countries where they desired their higher education. At the start of our organization, we had tie-ups with just 2 universities. But now we are very proud to say that we have tie-ups with more than 200 plus universities worldwide, and we have 18 branches including UK and Canada. And we are proud that we are opening another 2 new branches in Hyderabad.
Then next step is to submit your CAS documents, like your financials and medical. Once you submit this report to the university, they will send you the CAS document, which is also called as a visa document, confirmation of acceptance. With that, we send your application to visa process. So that we need to pay IHS and visa fees. The visa fees will be in 3 categories: standard, priority, and super priority. Standard takes around 15 to 20 working days to process your application. Priority takes 5 to 6 days, and super priority will go to 48 hours. If these complete process, if you hire any questions, just let me know. Or university officials will answer all your questions. Any questions?
First year is all about your academic studies, so you'll do around 6 modules, depending on which course you'll do, between 6 or 8 modules. And then following on from that, you'll then do a placement year, which can last up to 6 months or longer. And during the placement year, you will then do a business consultancy project or a research project, depending on which choice you make. So what we do is we support our students with their employability development, and we get together all the information around the different placements that are available to you. I'm talking from the London perspective, where there are a lot of opportunities for students to undertake placements. If you're not ready to take a placement, then you can join our Venture Creation Lab. So the Venture Creation Lab is a 6-month program where we develop all of your employability skills even further. So we develop your entrepreneurial thinking, your ability to be a leader, your understanding around how you can really add value to a business, your communication skills, all of those things that employers are looking for in their future graduate employees. So throughout your first year, we will help develop those skills anyway. So we have a variety of different things, from guest lectures from industry, we have careers days, we'll also support you gaining part-time work. All of our employers that we work with value work experience. So if you're a graduate, the employer will recruit you over and above somebody that does not have work experience. It's one of the most important things you can do, is to gain that work experience. Okay, so when you're with us, we will help you gain that. We'll also take you to industry to have a day in the life of and experience what it's like to work in different organisations. We are right next to Canary Wharf, where all of the large organisations are based, and we have good relationships with them. Many of our alumni are based in those businesses as well, so we have those kinds of relationships that embeds those sorts of industry experts into our curriculum. So as I say, we will support you in getting that placement, but it is the employer's choice, so you have to become employable as possible. We also have online systems that collate all of the vacancies for placements and graduate jobs that are relevant for you as students. And we also have jobs that are relevant for Indian students. There's lots of businesses in the UK and in London in particular that really value Indian students and the wealth of knowledge and experience that you will bring. So we have lots of opportunities for you to apply based on your academic credentials, your work experience, and also your nationality as well. That really helps you stand out in the market. So as I'll just say this again, if you don't get a placement, and over 200 of our students gain a placement each year, you will then do Venture Creation Lab, which will help you become employable. You can leave that at any point if you then secure a placement. So if you think to yourself, I'm not quite ready, you can join that instead. Either way, the whole 2 years that you're with us will be around developing your future employment prospects. And we get to know you as individuals and your career aspirations, so we can make sure everything that we offer you supports you in doing that.
Thank you, Lewis. To study at the York St. George University, like, do you have any age restriction for the future students? Do you have anything like that?
So we absolutely do not. Absolutely do not. I would welcome anyone of any age, so long as they're an adult, obviously, and they have the entry requirements. But absolutely not. I am a huge advocate for lifelong learning. You should never ever stop learning. So we absolutely welcome people who are more mature. We have all sorts of ages. We have students that are in their 50s, and we absolutely welcome people from those backgrounds. They bring so much experience and they enrich our curriculum and also the experience of our other younger students. So no, there is absolutely no age restriction.
And also one more question, what is a degree